In this video, we will set up a small application in Redux with the aim to give you an overview on how Redux works, and I hope you will realize how simple in reality Redux is. So first thing, from terminal, you go to the directory where you want to create your project. We'll first create a directory called Redux app. Then we go inside the directory and we run the command npm init to create the package.json file. Then we open with Atom, and you can see that the package file is already in there. At this point we can move installing Webpack. Then we install Express, and then we need to install Bubble Core, Bubble Loader, and all necessary preset, ES 2015 and Stage 1 and React. Finally, we install Redux. We now can start creating all necessary file and folders. So we create server.js, webpack config.js, we make a directory public and a directory src for our source file. Then we could go inside the public folder and create the index.html. Then we go back to the main directory and go inside src. We create the app.js file. So we have all project files in front of us. We can start editing index.html. It's a normal HTML file that has a head with a title. We write hello Redux as a title. Then we have a body. Inside the body we will have a div for our app, so id app, and a script linked to the bundle.js file. And finally we can write an h1 hello first Redux app. Okay, we can now open our server.js file and we start writing a use strict directive to make sure you receive an error in case you use any bad syntax. Then we require express and path, and then we write our first middleware for defining a folder for static files or images, and then we need to catch the main route and send back as a response index.html file. Finally, we set our web server to listen on port 3000, and we can run this to make sure it's working. Run with the command node server.js. We got an error here because in the terminal we were still in src directory, so we need to go back up one directory to Redux app. And if you run node server.js, everything is working as expected. Now, in order to complete our setup, we need to configure Webpack. So we open Webpack config. We require path and Webpack. Then we make our module available with module.exports. We define an entry, which is the path of our app.js file. We define the output file. We set watch to true, so every time we save a change in one of the files linked with app.js, Webpack will recompile the bundle automatically. Then in module we define our loaders, and the first thing to do is to tell Webpack to scan all JS files. And to prevent long compile time, we exclude all JS files inside node modules. Finally, we tell Webpack that we want to use Babel Loader, and as preset we want React ES 2015 and stage 1. Now, in order to see if you wrote everything correctly, you open terminal. Actually, we need to open a new terminal windows, otherwise we have to stop the web server from running. And from the new window, you go to your app directory and you run the command webpack.